Get ready for action, because the main event for RAF 8 has been completely reshuffled. Henry Cejudo has suffered an undisclosed injury and has been forced out of the scheduled headliner against Merab Dvalishvili, and that changes everything for the card. We are talking about a massive shakeup, and we want to tell you exactly what that means for the rest of the fight night and who is now stepping into that massive main event slot.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the exciting betting landscape for the UFC Winnipeg Prelims. We are looking at predictions for the John Castañeda versus Mark Vologdin catchweight bout, where we break down why Castañeda is poised to snap a losing streak, and we look at the massive hype surrounding Mark Vologdin coming off an incredible Contender Series performance. Now, let's talk about the serious blow to the UFC 328 card. Former light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz has revealed he is out of the scheduled rematch against Bogdan Guskov due to a torn meniscus sustained during training, and we examine the implications for the title fight and what the future holds for Jan Blachowicz. And finally, we jump straight to the action from the UFC Winnipeg event. John Yannis absolutely dominated the opening prelim bout, delivering a stunning TKO finish on debutant Jamie Suraj with massive elbows, silencing the Canadian crowd and marking a huge first win for Yannis. Don't miss any of the action. Stay tuned right here for all the latest MMA news and results. The main event for the upcoming RAF 8 event has been drastically altered following an injury to Henry Cejudo. According to RAF co-founder Chad Bronstein, Cejudo is out of the fight scheduled to face Merab Dvalishvili at the Liakuras Center in Philadelphia on Saturday night. Consequently, the matchup has been officially canceled, and Dvalishvili will not be competing. With the change, the main event slot has been reassigned. The fight between top UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan and former WEC champion Urijah Faber has been promoted to the main event. Additionally, the light heavyweight title match between Kyle Snyder and Rizabek Aitmakhan has shifted to the co-main event position. Both Cejudo and Dvalishvili were present at Friday's pre-event press conference in Philadelphia to generate excitement for their scheduled bout, which serves as a rematch from their UFC 298 contest in February 2024, where Dvalishvili secured a decision victory. Cejudo had retired from MMA following a decision loss to Peyton Talbot at UFC 323 last December, though he had previously had a successful debut at RAF 6 by defeating Faber via a technical fall. RAF 8 is set to kick off at 8 p.m. ET and will be streamed exclusively on Fox Nation. The updated lineup features the Tsarukyan versus Faber bout as the headliner. The ultimate UFC Winnipeg Prelims, predictions and betting hot takes. The Ultimate Fighting Championship returns to Canada tonight for a highly anticipated event in Winnipeg, featuring an action-packed card headlined by the Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott welterweight bout. Beyond the 6 main card matchups, the evening will feature 6 preliminary bouts, offering significant opportunities for sports bettors. According to expert analysis, the John Castañeda versus Mark Vologdin catchweight bout stands out as a prime target. Analysts see strong value in Castañeda, aiming to break a losing streak and secure a victory. The matchup pits a veteran with superior striking skill and grappling acumen against a fighter susceptible to takedowns, suggesting a potential decision win for Castañeda on the ground. In the preliminary card, Canadian fighter Jamie Lynn Horth is highlighted as a strong selection. Despite being in the women's flyweight division and facing an opponent with seemingly better metrics, Horth is viewed as a bigger, stronger fighter capable of dominating on the feet. Her opponent, J.J. Aldrich, is noted for being hittable and struggling with takedown defense. For a high-stakes upset, the focus shifts to the heavyweight division. There is a strong recommendation to back Gokhan Sarikam to secure a knockout victory over Canadian Tanner Boser in under 2.5 rounds. Tsarukyan possesses a significant power advantage and superior wrestling credentials, while Boser is considered undersized and lacking the striking power to compete effectively. The UFC Winnipeg Prelims are scheduled to commence at 5:15 p.m. ET on Paramount+, with the main card fights starting at 8:15 p.m. ET, also available on the platform. Bettors looking to capitalize on these matchups are encouraged to review these predictions before the action begins. Noi Dung Kai Tight. The UFC 328 card is facing a significant shake-up as former light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz has withdrawn from his scheduled rematch against Bogdan Guskov. The veteran announced the withdrawal on social media, revealing that he suffered a torn meniscus during training camp. Blachowicz stated that he was injured after being caught in an awkward position and taking a kick to the knee during sparring, causing major disappointment given his prior commitment to the event. He expressed determination to recover quickly and return to fight on his own terms. /N/UFC 328 is slated for May 9 at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. The event features a high-profile championship doubleheader, headlined by a middleweight title bout where the reigning champion will make his first defense against former title holder Sean Strickland. In the co-main event, flyweight title holder Joshua Van will also contend for his belt in his first bout against Tatsuro Terra. /N// Blachowicz's withdrawal comes after a majority draw against Guskov at UFC 323 in December 2025, following previous losses to Carlos Ulberg and Alex Pereira. There is currently no official confirmation regarding whether the rematch will be rescheduled or if Guskov will face a replacement at UFC 328. Hitman currently holds a 4-1-1 record in the UFC, with his most recent loss occurring in September 2023. Winnipeg, Manitoba. In a dramatic opening statement for UFC Fight Night 273, John Yannis delivered a decisive victory, silencing the Canadian crowd with a swift TKO finish against debutante Jamie Suraj. The action unfolded at the Canada Life Centre as Yannis secured the win in the opening preliminary bout. Yannis, with a professional record of 10 wins and 4 losses in MMA and 1 win and 1 loss in the UFC, showcased his striking power early in the event. He quickly overwhelmed Suraj, forcing a stoppage at 2:43 of the first round. Reports indicate Yannis utilized crisp hands to knock down the newcomer, neutralizing Suraj's attempts at grappling before finishing the contest with powerful elbows. The damage inflicted on Suraj was significant, with observers noting a visible hole in the right side of his head and a swollen left eye following the bout. This victory marks John Yannis' first professional win in the UFC, following an earlier unsuccessful debut against Austin Bashi in August, where he was submitted in the first round. For Jamie Suraj, the night proved to be a challenging debut. The 31-year-old Canadian fighter, who took part in the bout on short notice despite overcoming significant health issues and near-death experiences in recent years, ultimately came up short in his long-awaited UFC debut.